What is an intersex? Many people have been debating about what is an intersex. There's been very unclear information. An intersex is an umbrella term that focuses on having a lot of variations within the context. So what happens is we're talking about an ambiguity of the biological structure of a human being. Typically we know that there is a male and female, but that is not always the case. The variations that forms an intersex person lies between, because they do not fit the structure of a completely male and completely female. So what happens, the differences can occur from chromosomes, sex hormones, and even genitalia itself. So the spectrum is very broad for us to point and say intersex is just, one spectrum, as it has always been known, that ki literacy in our common traditional language. Myself as a spiritualist living in a very busy world, for me to take time and actually purify my spirit, my emotions, and just come back to be centered to myself, to regain my sanity, I occasionally engage in meditation. So what I can call it is purification meditation, where I get to cleanse my chakras, because a lot of the times when I'm in the busy space, I get to exercise a lot of, my third eye. I get to exercise a lot of, my crown chakra, where I receive my messages, where I'm able to see with the spirit. Then if I come across a different energy, it can be drained. So it is important for me to, at the end of the day, to get back and release, and because I had time to absorb a lot of energy, so to get time and release back into the earth.
Welcome back, everyone. As we promised you, each and every time we come on your screens, we are dealing with the labels, right? Today, guys, I am so excited. We have an intersex. Spirit, welcome to our show.
Hello, everyone.
It's a real pleasure to have you on our show, and I'm just so excited to hear you tell us about what it is being an intersex. Yeah. But before I waste your time, let's just get into it, right? So, please tell me more about your childhood growing up intersex.
I won't say it's weird, because saying weird is a term that applies to the external, the external environment, now looking at the situation, zooming it, and now labeling it. So, but within the family is something that is completely normal, because, it has been there since the beginning of time. So it's not something that they had to be acquainted with, but it was something that was, quite within the family, And so in that manner, I come from a very spiritual but also liberated and modern family in their own way, where my mother was a sangoma. So, and she treated many different kinds of things. So we had diverse people coming to our home every now and then, even though she passed on when I was still little. But then it's an issue of it was never thought that I should fall within a specific gender or a specific role. So I was just led to be who I am at the time that I wanted to be.
So I understand that the term is very broad. So I want you to tell me, as an intersex, wena uhuka.
Yeah. So basically, for me in the spectrum, I fall. It's more of an ambiguous genitalia.
Okay.
Yes. So that means, I'm not born with a single clear genitalia.
So you were born, I don't know how to put it.
With a penis.
And is it both or just?
Partly both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, partly both.
So you were not raised to be boyish or a girl?
No, I was raised to be spirit. Each and every generation and decade, there's always been different connotations towards intersexism. So, but the other important thing is now the casting out is still there, but it does not exist in in such a severe scale where you still get, you are within a group of lesbians, and the lesbians because the lesbians, some of the lesbians, they are very vicious, you see, so they still go like, but you can't be a lesbian but you have a penis. You can't be a lesbian and you have a baby. So it's like there's a script that people must qualify to be lesbians. So that to some degree that is a casting out, because who said all lesbians must have a vagina?
Talking about lesbians, do you identify as an intersex lesbian, a lesbian intersex?
Yes.
And with regards to that, what are the challenges that you face in relationships when you meet someone for the first time?
Well, I am in relationships, so as intersex, you have to disclose, because your biological makeup is different from the next person. So sometimes you can find that other people have been mutilated from birth, so you'll find some scars on their abdomen, or you can find that their genital is structured in a particular way. So, and then it can be shocking to someone who has absolutely no idea of what's happening. So it is always important to disclose and say, you know, this is my condition. Especially when you have a penis, you always have to say, you know what, this, you know, things are not the way they look like.
Guys, legal grades, right? Sex therapy is where I am going, because honestly, I am intrigued, I am taken. But there you have it, guys. Spirit told us everything that we had to know about what it is to be intersex, what it constitutes, the umbrella term intersex, and everything in that nature. Do you understand? So from myself, Aquatic, goodbye.